Nikkicron. Nikkicron, ladies and gentlemen. Over here. Welcome her in. Hello, Nikki. How are you?
Hello.
How are you doing
I'm
today? We were
good.
talking before, but we are live now. How was your day? Tell everyone how many sandwiches you ate
Oh,
today.
I had two sandwiches today.
Two sandwiches. Two sandwiches.
One was an actual good sandwich from Firehouse Subs, and the other was just a thrown together sandwich that I made when I got home from work.
Which one was better?
The Firehouse Subs one.
Yeah?
It was messier though.
Apparently Firehouse Subs chat and everyone watching is a chain in the South. Right? The South?
I don't know like where specifically they are. I just know they're here.
There,
I'm in North Carolina. They're
which
here.
is
I don't
which is
know
the
if they're other
South,
places.
right? That, it's the South
Maybe.
to me.
I don't know.
Where would you say if you were like, oh, I live in this part of the U.S.
I usually just say East Coast.
Is North Carolina the East Coast?
Yeah.
You're not even in East Coast time.
Yeah, we are.
What time is it right now for you?
7:33.
Oh shit! I don't know why I didn't realize that. Um, where does it cut off? Georgia?
Um, Honestly, I don't know. I think part of Tennessee is a different time zone
Tennessee is.
to the left of North Carolina.
Hey Tyler. Hey Gabe. Welcome in everyone. We have Nikki Cron on the
Hello.
podcast.
There's a
We have not.
firehouse in California too, according to Seven Dash.
What'd you say?
According to Seven Dash, there are firehouse subs in California too.
Okay. It's not a Northeast thing. I've never seen Firehouse Subs.
Yeah, look it up now.
But you said it's better than it's like actually good. Have you ever had
Yeah,
like Jersey Mike's?
yeah. I eat Jersey Mike's a lot, just because
Okay.
there's one like right near me.
That's the only sandwich place I know besides Subway. Like I would get well Jersey Mike's is over to me it's overpriced. Um
Oh yeah, definitely. But
but
it's they have gluten-free bread, so that's one of the main reasons that I
okay.
eat there.
Chat. Nikki is gluten free. Do we have any gluten free heads in the chat who can relate? Any gluten free heads. Um anyways, Nikki Cron. Um my first question for you is how'd you so Nikki Cron is pretty simple, right? The username.
Yeah,
Um
yeah.
do you want to break it down for us?
So it's my first name,
So your name's
Nikki.
actually Nikki.
Yes. And
Whoa.
then the first four letters of my last name.
The first letter is your last name. Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
And you are a streamer. What
Yes.
other words would you use to describe yourself? We have
Um,
streamer.
I don't even know. Literally never thought about that. Streamer, sometimes TikTok creator,
TikTok creator.
and I don't even know. Amateur game player.
Amateur game player. Someone in
Yeah,
the
we'll
chat
go with
says
those.
gamer girl with an
Gamer
O.
girl.
Would
So
you
I do use hashtag like gamer girl on TikToks just to try to like, get that bait, get people to watch it.
is it true you were a former fetus, someone in chat says.
Indeed I was. Yes.
Are you a current person?
I am.
Everyone in chat put what time it is where you are right now.
Hobbyist creator.
Hobbyist creator?
I think that could work, Seven Dash. Hopefully, like eventually, it'll be not a hobby and just like I make money off of it.
Yeah. Oh, so that goes into my next question. Well, first of all, um, let's go with the first one. So, streaming. You started that, I believe. You told me, and when
Like,
you were in the during the quarantine.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, how did that come about?
So I was bored, and Dylan, my husband, constantly was like, "Oh, you should stream. People would watch you. You should stream." And I'm like, "I don't think they would. I'm bad at video games." But then he was out in the field, and I was just bored. So I hijacked his computer while he was gone and just started streaming.
Oh, okay. So you started using your husband's
Yes. And
computer
then
setup.
I used my
So he was a
stimulus
game.
check to get
He
my
was a
own.
gamer. Did he stream?
Yeah, he did. He hasn't recently. I've just been trying to like bully him into streaming again, though.
Cool. You want to give a shout out?
Sure. It is shout out Kid Sapper, everyone go bully him into streaming again.
I know him. I know. Where's the beef? Where's the beef, Nikki? Is there any beef?
Uh, no beef.
Were you on the list of streamers who got leaked in the Twitch leak?
Oh, absolutely not. That was only like top 10,000.
I know. Someone when I was talking about it with friends over in Discord, and I was like, they were like, you should change your password, and I was like, shit, did my info pop up? And they were like, no, and I was like, are you sure? Like, search my name up. They were like, no, and I was like, damn it. So yeah, yeah,
Yeah, no, I changed my password, but my payouts were not leaked.
yeah, same, pretty much same. So would you start streaming when you first started? What'd you start out with?
Um, what was it? Probably Dead by Daylight.
The one game that's super popular that I was never able to get into.
Yeah, because then even when I wasn't able to use Dylan's computer, I would stream it like direct off my Xbox. So I think that's what it was.
Do you feel
Just Dead by
like you
Daylight.
like that game a lot because of the horror elements? Because you like horror.
I do. Yeah, that could be a factor of it. Um, it also is. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say it's an easy game to play, but it's an easy game to pick up and like understand how to play,
That's true.
even if you're not good at it.
The controls are relatively basic.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can, and I feel like, not that gender matters, but, I feel like the diversity and like I feel like an equal amount of uh, men and women play that game. It's not like with first person shooters, it's usually mostly men who play first person shooters, but with Dead by Daylight, I feel like there's an even split between like the people who play it.
Yeah, and I think it's more of just like because Dead by Daylight, the extent of chat that you can do is at the end of the game, like "Hey GG." Whereas in like first person shooters, people could be just like yelling at you the whole entire game.
So you feel like the community is good in Dead by Daylight?
Yeah. Or even
Nice.
if they're not, like you're not exposed to the toxicity for very long.
How do you? Someone in chat Seven Dash asked how you feel about the new Witch Survivor coming out. I don't know what that means, but
I
I'm assuming Nikki
have not
does.
seen it. I haven't
Oh,
seen it.
I guess she's not as big as a fan as we thought.
I'm gonna like yeet this over here so I can look at chat without having to look at my other monitor.
Um, so you'll have to check that out, Nikki. But I got another question for you. Um, what's the most successful game that? What's the most successful stream you had? Like, what were you doing,
Um,
and how was the
I think most
activity?
of my streams that get a decent amount of views are actually like Valorant for some reason.
Another game where I feel like actually that is the first.
I
I feel
actually
like
can
I
look at
take
it.
it back when I said before about first person shooters because I do feel like a lot of like non guy gamers play Valorant. I feel like that's a game where it's not as sweaty as like CS:GO and Call of Duty.
I mean, it definitely seems sweaty at times, but I mean, I usually just try to not talk in mic unless I have somebody else like queued up with me. If I'm solo queuing, I try to avoid it because people are toxic.
What are some examples?
So I had one game where the one of the people on my team was just kind of throwing and like not being helpful at all because they picked up the little spike that you have to plant and then just died with it repeatedly, but in awkward places. Like they would run to the opposite side of the map and then die. So I went into the mic and I said, "Can you plant?" And then I guess they realized, oh, female, because then they started just like bitching at me and like team killing me and like blocking me into corners and not letting me walk, and it was the
So
worst.
okay, that's pretty much what I expect. How it goes, yeah. Someone asked me that question too. I think when I played, actually, oddly enough, I think the game that I got the most viewers with was, um, what's it called? Friday night.
Friday Night Funkin'.
Yeah.
I've played it once and
So
it was fun,
weird.
but then I forgot it existed.
Yeah, that's
I
pretty
also I
much how it
looked.
went. But like that game, I was suggested by chat. So it was during like a 12-hour stream. So I did have a bunch of viewers to begin with, but when I started playing that game, my viewership like doubled, and I only played it for like 2 hours because that's how long it took to beat. But yeah, weirdly enough, that game was like the most I had at one point.
Yeah, so I went onto like Twitch tracker and looked at my stuff, and it says my average viewers for Valorant is 7, and my average viewers for Splitgate is actually higher. So I get 9 average viewers for Splitgate.
Look at it.
But
I saw that. Looks
on
cool.
the flip side of that coin, I've only streamed Splitgate for 13 hours so far, and I've streamed Valorant for 101 hours.
Where are you looking at that stuff?
TwitchTracker.com.
Okay, I'll have to check that out.
It's always more accurate than Twitch's actual analytics are.
So besides getting into streaming, how was your quarantine aside from that? What were your highs
Um,
and lows?
I mean, honestly, it was just like really boring. So I graduated college. We didn't do our graduation ceremony because they postponed it, and then just this past graduating class, if we wanted to, we could go walk with them, but I wasn't going to drive all the way there just to walk a year later after I graduated.
Mm-hmm.
So I just graduated from college and then just chilled until I found a job, and that was about it.
I feel like I don't know if people can relate in the chat, but I know people as well that were like their last semester or year of college, and the pandemic hit, and it was just like kind of ruined and fucked up. So I'm sure that was rough. Did you
I
like
mean,
college?
I just kind of wanted to be done with it, but
So okay.
if I'm being honest here, the like online classes just made everything easier.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Is like I had labs and there was no real way that they could translate our lab
Lab.
content to online. So all he had us do instead was just write a paper about coronavirus
Dude,
for our lab.
that's crazy. I just remember just like labs for me in college were like the worst classes because they were always for some reason for me early as fuck. So I was in that lab at like 7 a.m. playing around with fucking chemicals, like using hot plates and shit. And you had to pay attention because you had to actually do stuff because you had you're talking about like science classes, right?
Yeah.
So like you had those papers that you had to fill out, and you had to like there was always like a start and a finish, and you had to like post results and stuff. So you actually had to do something. Oh my gosh, lab.
Thankfully, my labs are always later in the day. I did have a physics class though at 8 a.m. and my brain was not awake enough at 8 a.m. to handle physics, so I usually just didn't go. But it was a ridiculously hard class anyways. The class average was like a 40, and the professor was happy about that because it's higher than it usually was.
I
So
did. I don't know for you, but I don't know if it was for you. I mean, like I did good in college. My grades were fine, but when it came to lectures, what I used to do was um, get there, sign in for attendance, sit way in the back, and then the second the teacher turned their back to write on the board, I would jet out. And I used to not bring a backpack so that it wouldn't weigh me down.
yeah, I went to classes like as minimally as possible, honestly. I took advantage of like the disability services because they already had me like filed with all their stuff because I get migraines. And so the school had an attendance policy where if you miss, you have to get a doctor's note or it's not excused. And I was like, hey, that's not going to work if I get migraines. Like, I'm not going to go to the doctor to get a note just for a migraine. So they were like, oh, you're good. If you have to miss, just email us and let us know, and then you'll be all good. It'll be excused. So I took advantage of that too much.
Okay.
I would
So
just wake up one day and be like, I don't want to go to class. So I just emailed disability services and be like, hey, I get a migraine. I'll be out.
as someone who I don't think I've ever really had a migraine or
Good
not
brain.
often, just can you describe how a migraine feels compared to like a headache?
Um, so probably if you think of like your worst headache that you've ever had, just like double or triple that, but also like light and sound makes it worse. So there'd be times where I would have like lights would make me just feel like I'm gonna vomit, and they would just make the headache feel even
Wow.
worse. So I would just lay in the dark and do nothing.
Okay, that sounds awful. That actually does sound awful.
Respects, I am a smooth brain.
Whoa, Nikki Big Brain, we're getting in the chat. But also Smooth Brain. Would you say you're more big brain or smooth brain?
Um, Depends on the situation. Sometimes just like big wrinkly brain, and other times small smooth brain.
Okay. If if okay, let's say you are in a supermarket and there is okay, you're in the middle of the supermarket. You're in the chip aisle and there's an armed robbery that suddenly takes place. What do you do?
I'm in like the middle, so
You're in
take
the
them off.
middle of you're in the smack dab middle of the supermarket in the chip aisle. Armed robbery taking place. What do you do?
I think since they're probably more focused on like the cash, which is like at the front of the store, probably I might be small enough, and I might have enough time to just hide in the racks, in
So
the shelves.
you're gonna shove chips aside and crawl right in.
Yeah,
Okay, I think respects in chat is right. That's a bit smooth brain to me.
I think I'm small enough to do it. It could work.
Would you snack like Danny
I might.
DeVito in that It's Always Sunny episode? Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
talking about?
yeah, I might.
Oh
Or
fuck.
in Guardians of the Galaxy, when Drax is like, I've mastered the art of moving so incredibly slow that I become invisible, and he's just snacking on the chip.
Do you feel like you're invisible, Nikki?
I don't I don't think so, but I think if there's an armed robber, I could master the art of moving so incredibly slowly that I become invisible while snacking.
Okay. Actually, let's go on to something that was not a planned question, but if you could have a superpower, what would it be? Any superpower.
Um,
Obviously only one.
oh, that's a good question. I'm trying to think of like all the superpowers that there could possibly be, and then which one I would want the most.
Chat, feel free to answer this question as well.
My brain is like blanking on what superpowers there even are.
I agree with teleportation. That would be fucking sick. That's a good one.
So what are the rules here though? Like if I picked time travel,
Yeah.
does it follow movie rules or does it follow like real life? If you could time travel, you would either die or kill everyone.
Why would you die or kill anyone with
So
time travel?
if you travel to the future, they have stronger immune systems and like there's going to be diseases that you haven't been exposed to. So they could kill you.
Okay,
And if you travel to the past, then we're going
you
to
know
like
what?
bring coronavirus back to them and kill them all.
Um, movie rules?
All right. Then I guess time travel in that case.
Time travel?
As long as my bacteria are not going to be killing everyone and making me not ever born.
Yeah. Okay, time travel's good. I would probably go with teleportation or flying. But all good choices, guys. Yours would be the power to summon any object wherever. Wow. That one's good too. I got another question. Someone in the chat, respects again, asks, would you rather be perfectly average at everything you do or be the best at one thing?
I would say just perfectly average at everything because if I'm the best at only one thing, then I'm going to probably get burnt out on it and hate it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting because I would say I'd rather be the best at one thing.
Go.
So
And I like when I was like, go lay down. When I was a kid,
you got to
played
show the pup.
piano.
You got to show the pup.
All right, come here. He's a big pup.
That's so cute. What's the name?
This is Blitz.
Blitz. Chat, you better say hi to Blitz right now or everyone gets banned.
Also a cat.
Do you want to show the cat as well?
Possibly, yeah.
Chat, if everyone doesn't say hi to Blitz, everyone gets banned. Thank you. There we go. Flight or instant travel? I'd rather fly for the fun of it. Cute
This is
cat.
Charles.
Charles?
He's like, yes.
Chat, you gotta say hi to Charles too.
I don't know if you can see it, but one of his eyes looks kind of like zombified. Charles, here.
We already saw Blitz. Blitz is gone. Oh. Who do you like better, Blitz or Charles?
I love them both.
Ah,
Stop whining.
typical mom answer.
Let's get jealous though when I pet Charles.
Okay. Oh, okay. So let's get into more serious questions. So, chat. I don't know if you guys know this, but Nikki is fucking sponsored. You want to talk about that, Nikki?
Well, it's not a sponsorship. It's like an affiliate program.
Nikki is
So if people
fucking
like,
affiliated.
it's an energy drink. It's actually I have one of their little powders right here. It's RAZE Energy.
Chat. Okay, Nikki, tell them what they got to do.
Um, so if you go to their website and you use my username as a discount code, you get 15% off, 15 or 30. I think
Chat.
it's 15.
15 or 30% off on
Let me
RAZE
check.
Energy. No, I'm actually not sponsored or affiliated. Nikki is ahead of the game on that. Is it good?
It is. I don't know if they still have the flavor available, but there's one called Rainbow that tasted like Skittles, and it was the best.
I'm gonna use your code after this.
Okay. It is 15% though.
It's 15%, guys. 15%.
I also have a link over in my Discord announcements page where you can get a sample pack.
Okay.
So it
Chat,
comes
if you
with
guys are a part of the Discord, I'll throw that in our Discord.
yeah. So
So
it
you
comes
guys
with
can get.
4 energy drinks. Some of these little powders. They you mix them into water and it's like an energy drink but powder.
Yeah.
It says you get like a sleep aid. I haven't tried it, so I don't know how good it is, but you get that too, and then a $10 gift card.
Hell
You
yeah.
do have to pay $10 shipping for that though.
I will add it to the YouTube description when I post it. For sure. Cool. So that's pretty cool. How do you like? Was that exciting to get sponsored slash
Um,
affiliated?
yeah, because I just really like energy drinks. So just being able to potentially make money off of people using my code just is a bonus.
Mm-hmm. That must feel cool. So like, I feel like because you were saying it before, so you are trying to make content creation a full time thing.
Yeah, because I like doing it, but it's like when I get home from work, I'm usually just so exhausted that I have minimal time to actually devote to stuff on my computer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if I could just do that as a job, then that would be just
What speaks to you about being a full time content creator, and like what also at the same time like what motivates you to keep going to hopefully eventually get yourself there
yeah.
someday.
I just like being able to like connect with like everyone in chat and then also just like if I'm gonna be playing games anyways, then I feel like I just might as well stream them because I know it's not like about the money, but it is a definite bonus of if I'm gonna be playing a game anyways and there's a chance for monetization, then I might as well take it.
Yeah. What do you think separates you from other people trying to do it,
Um,
or like what do you think that you are good at that you feel like uh uh earns like your like you what do you feel like earns your viewership that you do good?
so I've had a lot of people actually tell me that even if there's nobody talking in chat or nobody active, I'm still just like keeping conversation with myself and that it like makes people more comfortable to then talk in chat because they're not having to start the conversation. So I've had a lot of people tell me that I'm just really good at like rambling and just constantly talking. And I've had a lot of people also come into the stream and like the very first thing they say is like, "Oh, I love your overlay." So just the like making my own stuff and just always talking, I think are two things that like sets me apart.
Nice. I mean that like unless someone if y'all in chat experienced that before, I know personally like it's hard. Like if there are times when no one's in the chat where you're able to like actually talk to like even someone, it's hard to just make believe and keep that going. So Yeah.
Yeah, I know if it's like really dead, there have been times where I'll just Google like would you rather questions and I'll ask them and then answer them myself
Oh,
and
let's do one. Let's do one right
chat
now.
can jump in and answer too. Oh, let's find them.
Okay, chat. Chat, everyone has to play. We're gonna play this is unplanned. We're gonna play Would You Rather.
What a category of would you rather would you like?
Okay.
Like innocent or adult?
Adult.
It's basically the options we get here.
Definitely adult. Okay. I got one off the bat. Would you rather would you rather be abducted by aliens or adopted by would you rather be abducted by aliens or adopted by Santa Claus?
Santa Claus. I don't know why my brain for a second was just waiting for someone to answer it, and I'm like not hearing it. Oh yeah, I can't hear chat.
Yeah, chat saying Santa too. I kind of agree. Santa would be cool.
Yeah.
All right, you got one? We'll do a few of these.
Okay. Would you rather clog the toilet on a first date or first day at a new job?
Job. Cuz I feel like with job
I
I could push that blame somewhere else or play
Yeah.
stupid, but like if it's a first date, they're just like, well, it wasn't me.
I mean, unless the date is at a restaurant, but I feel like that's not what the question's asking. I feel like it's their house.
Apparently, Respects in chat says aliens is the only option if you're a kinky bitch. Basically, if you're Demi Lovato, aliens is the option. But everyone else goes Santa. Chat, if you get that reference, +1.
Respects, they if you're at a restaurant, they wouldn't be. But what if like you go to their house or they come to yours and then you clog the toilet?
That's what I'm saying.
And then they have to go too.
That shit's bad. Like, yeah. You basically can't poop on the first date.
Also, what if they're one of those people that doesn't own a plunger for some reason?
Yeah,
Then
what
you're
do
just
you
stuck
do
with
then?
it.
That's a nightmare. Okay. Hit me with another one.
Let's see.
It's happened before. You just deal with
Okay.
it.
Would you rather have to be naked at work for an hour or be dropped off 2 miles from your house while naked and then have to try to get home? I feel like those are both bad.
Would I rather be naked at work for an hour?
Yeah.
Or
like someone drops you off 2 miles away from your house and you have to get home while naked.
probably the second one? Although I live in a populous area, so a lot of people would see me. But they're also people that I probably wouldn't see. That shit would probably go on the internet, wouldn't it? I don't know.
Probably.
This is rough. What would you do?
I feel like work and I could just hide in the bathroom. If anyone comes by, just be like, "Oh, sorry, I'm struggling. I'm constipated." You know how.
I was at a nudist club meeting. Okay, one more.
All right. Let's find a good one on here.
Chat's saying work.
Yeah, I would just hide out in the bathroom.
Yeah, that's true. I'd be afraid that someone would see me. It's like if someone sees you naked at work, that's it. Now you know that person saw you naked. The stakes are higher.
I'm trying to find a good one.
Okay.
All right, there's a category of hard would you rather questions or a category of weird would you rather questions?
Weird.
All right. Would you rather empty a swimming pool using only a fork or get into a swimming pool for half an hour with a jellyfish?
Would I rather empty a swimming pool with a fork
Yeah, using just a fork to empty the water out.
or
or go in the swimming pool for 30 minutes with a jellyfish?
If I could just dodge the jellyfish.
I mean, I guess it depends on how big the pool is. Are we talking like a kiddie pool or like an adult pool?
I guess a kiddie pool.
I'm taking empty it with the fork then because there was no rule saying I couldn't pop it with the fork.
Okay, that's next level. Yeah, that's pretty good. She thought that through. Okay, we're done with Would You Rather. Chat saying fork. Someone says jellyfish. 2 people say jellyfish. I'm going to be great friends with that jelly boy. Okay. So, besides streaming, what else do you like doing?
I like to read.
Wow. Said no one ever. Like, you actually read books?
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but oh, that's my mic. Hang on. That is a whole shelf full of mostly Stephen King books, honestly.
Okay, that's cool. Respect, because it's so hard to. Maybe I'm just a little bitch, but like it's hard to read in this day and age, just because like I don't know, attention is like it's so easy to put your attention into things that give you more of an instant satisfaction. That I know, like I believe me, like I know a good book. Like you, once you get into it, you're on a ride and you can't stop reading. But getting there has always been difficult for me. So I haven't read
I
many
definitely
books
get distracted.
in recent times.
I usually have to put my phone away when I'm reading, otherwise I'll end up somehow just getting sucked into TikTok. Also, my cat likes to distract me. I set one of my books down the other day for just a couple minutes, and he started eating the pages. and then the next day, he pulled my bookmark out of it.
Cute, kind of cute. Is it cute? I don't know. I don't have a cat.
Me. Charles bullies me.
So, do you go Kindle or paper?
Paper. I don't have a Kindle.
Me, yeah, I mean, like, I don't read often, but when I do read, I go paper. It's something. It's just. If I feel like I use a lot. I feel like all I do is use electronics. So like whenever I have an opportunity to not use technology, I'm just gonna go with that. That's how I view it.
Yeah. I know. Also, I do have some books on my phone, but again, then I get distracted and I end up on like Instagram, Twitter, or TikTok because I have like a goldfish memory, and so I'll just
I think that's
distracted.
the moves. I think if you're gonna read a book, it's just like do not disturb, put your phone away, like go sit somewhere where you're not distracted. Awesome. So I know besides streaming and your hobbies, you also have an Etsy shop. Chat, do you see this awesome background around us right now? She did that. So why don't you talk about your Etsy shop?
I don't have a whole lot on it right now, but I just have overlays and some emotes, but all the emotes are just aliens right now. That's all I've got made. I don't know what else to say. But
you have an Etsy shop. Like
I do.
So like how did you get into doing art, graphic design?
Well, I used to do photography up until coronavirus because I photographed concerts, and so once everything got closed down, then that kind of stopped. So I already had like Photoshop and everything and a brief understanding of like editing. And so then when I started streaming, I was just like, well, how can I add art into this? And so then I just started making like the overlays and everything. Also, because when I hit affiliate, I was like, well, I need emotes and I don't know where to get emotes. So I just made them.
So you made your own emotes?
I did.
Okay, cool. What's the what are like some of like the best concerts you've photographed?
The very last one I did before everything shut down was Skillet. I don't know if you know them.
Yeah. You photographed
Yes.
like you actually photographed the band?
Yeah.
That's
so
cool.
I got to be like up in the
What's
photo
that-
pit for the
what's
first
that
3
song?
songs.
Where they're like, I'm awake, I'm alive.
I think it's actually just called Awake and Alive, maybe. I'm not sure.
It's my time, and I'll do what I want, 'cause this is my life, right here, right
I love their
now.
drummer, yeah.
I'm right now. That's them, right?
Yes.
Okay. Chat, do
Also
we know
the song
Skillet?
Monster, if you know it.
Huge respect. We're getting some respects in the chat for photographing Skillet. Yeah, that's cool. That's actually really cool.
It's
So
not the Instagram that's plugged down there, but I do have a second Instagram. That's the same username as my Twitch and what is it?
Nick,
TikTok and everything.
the dot
And
one.
no, just the so the dot one is like my personal Instagram, and then I have one that's the same as my Twitter and Twitch down there. And that one's just photography, but it's just really inactive because like, coronavirus closed
Right.
everything down.
I
But I do
will.
think some of those skillet pictures are on there.
Okay, we'll link that in the YouTube description as well. Okay, so you use social media, all these social media channels. So this one right here, do you know which one I'm pointing at?
Um, no, wait, yes, TikTok.
TikTok. You like TikTok.
I do.
Um, Unpack that because I've seen like popular TikToks and they are very funny, but I personally don't use the platform. So Nikki convinced me to start using TikTok.
So I actually started using TikTok just with pictures of, or not videos of my dog.
Huh.
And then the first one that I posted got like I think a couple thousand views, and so then I got like a big ego because I thought that was popular for the time because I had no idea about TikTok. So I just got a big ego and started posting more. And then I got really inactive on it. And then again, like right when coronavirus started, I made honestly the world's dumbest video. It took just smooth brain power to make, and it took like 2 seconds. Me and my roommates had a hand washing sign in our bathroom, but instead of like, oh, rub your hands, get soap, it was pictures of hand washing steps and the lyrics of Mr. Brightside underneath them. So I just took a video of that with the song Mr. Brightside playing, and I posted that, and it got about 500,000 views. And so then I just
Half a
got more into
million?
TikTok. Yeah. So then I just got more into TikTok
And you
after
didn't
that.
have really have a following before that, right?
No, I had a couple hundred, and then that video pushed me up to 1,000. And then once I started posting about Twitch, now I'm sitting at I think like 3,600
Let's
because I've had
go.
just a couple of my like Twitch related videos got like 10 to 20,000 views.
It's all about the algorithm on there, right?
Yeah, you just gotta get lucky.
That's cool.
But it
So,
has been growing my Twitch.
is it hard to make a TikTok? Like, is it easy to learn?
Um, it's definitely easy to learn. I mean, coming up with like ideas is sometimes difficult, but I actually keep in my notes app on my phone just a list of like TikTok ideas, and I'll put like what I want to do in the video, what sound I want to use, and like any specific filters that I want to use. That way, whenever I have just free time, I can just sit down and film a bunch of them to put in drafts. That way, I can just post them more frequently rather than having to film it as I post it.
Word, word. Okay. Huh. Do you like know how to edit videos in general?
Um,
Is
my
that different than TikTok?
It is different. So I worked as a photographer for my college, and he tried so hard to get me to learn videography, and I just cannot. I don't understand it. I feel like I probably could understand it though, except he didn't actually teach me. He just sat me down with Adobe Premiere and was like, figure it out. I'm like, thanks.
Okay. Got it. Got it.
I'm sure if like I actually looked up tutorials or anything, I could probably do it, but I just wasn't into it at that time.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I've it's very daunting to like try to do videography. I mean,
Yeah.
like I feel like taking a video and just like cutting it up wouldn't be too hard to figure out, with practice at least. But I guess
Yeah.
like when it comes to like I don't know, like sometimes I'll watch a YouTube video and like the content itself is relatively straightforward, but um I guess I realize like the cuts they do and the effects and everything like add to it and like separate them from other people doing like the same content because just like their effects and their cuts are just more
Yeah.
exciting and humorous. I'm just like that's got to be like something that you really got to like work on and practice.
Yeah,
And
I
it
know.
makes
I
me
mean,
want to never try because it seems too hard of a learning curve.
I've seen some people on TikTok that'll like take their videos on like an actual camera instead of filming them directly in TikTok, and it'll be like a 1 minute long TikTok, but they've spent hours editing it, and like the quality is just top tier.
Yeah. So, have you seen Squid Game yet?
Yes. I
We won't spoil
started.
anything, chat,
Yeah.
but
I
thoughts.
started it and then finished it the exact same day, and I feel like there needs to be a sequel. I'm hoping there's gonna be
Do
like
you
a
do
second
you
season.
Okay, so I'm not going to spoil anything, but I would have liked it to just end just with one
I
season.
think
Like
so.
the
I would
way it
have been
ended, I was just kind
content.
of sorry, what?
Yeah, like I would have been content if they just ended it and then he went and finished his business that he was gonna do.
No spoilers.
I'm trying to be as vague as possible. But the way they ended it, I feel like they need a second season because they just left it on like a cliffhanger.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. But obviously I'm going to watch season 2.
Yeah.
Um yeah, I think it deserves the hype. There were some definitely highlights in the season where I'm just like one in particular. I'm just gonna say the episode number. I'm not gonna say what happens. But episode 6 blew my nuts off.
I'm trying to think which one that was.
In the worst possible way. It
Would it be
blew.
a spoiler if you say which game it was?
Yes.
Uh,
Wouldn't it? Because then you
I
know
don't
what game
know.
they're gonna play.
I don't know. I'll
It's
just
the
look up what episode
game.
6 is.
It's like the most fucked up game they play. Remember that? Like psychologically the most fucked up game.
I think I know which one you're. Oh, yes, yes, I hated
That
that
was
one.
the episode. That was the highlight of the season for me.
It made me so upset, especially like when you later on learn things about the people. It just puts that whole episode into a different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
But like at the time of watching the episode, I was so upset by what was happening.
Yep. So, speaking of current events, where were you when the Facebook/Instagram blackout occurred?
I am pretty sure I was just sitting at home. What date? That was like the 4th, right?
It was like last week.
I think Instagram said it was like on the 4th, maybe, which would be so I was at work pretty much like all day, and then when I got home, I just saw everyone on Twitter was complaining about it.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm guessing like personally, like it didn't really affect you.
Nah.
Um, Me neither. But yeah, people like really like freaked out about it though. I mean, like, what social media platforms do you frequent?
I'm just constantly back and forth between Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. But if one's down, I can just go mindlessly scroll another one.
Right. So I'm jumping around topics here, but besides, so do you actually like Skillet? Going back to that, what kind of music are
I
you into?
do. I'm into like all kinds of music, honestly. But the Skillet that was just like really cool to me because they were kind of the band that got me into concert photography. So I saw them in middle school, and so my seats were super far away, but then it was in a really big church, so there was all kinds of empty seats. So the like manager person came up and he's like, hey, we need to fill in this front row here. So I just booked it over there, and so I
So
got to sit in the
so
front row and
when you
photograph them with an iPhone 3 or iPhone 4.
so like you were going to this concert as a guest
Yes.
and photographing it.
I wasn't even like photographing. I had my stepdad's iPhone 4 at the time on me, and that's what I was like. Well, I had my iPhone 4, but then that died, so then I started using my stepdad's because obviously the battery life on those things is not great.
So
But
when I go to a concert and I see a a dude in the crowd or a chick and they have like a camera and they're going at it, um it's like not, I shouldn't assume that they are like with the band. They could just be.
it depends on the venue. Most bigger venues you can't bring in cameras like a camera. But a lot of small venues you can, or they could be there with like the opening bands. Because you, for most photography passes, you get to be in the photo pit for the first 3 songs. And then after that, you can continue photographing, just not from the photo pit.
I didn't know that. The first three songs.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So is Skillet like one of your favorite bands?
Um, I don't know if one of my favorite, but they definitely used to be, and so it's kind of just like the nostalgia of it.
So
They do. They
what are
do
your
still
other
have good
favorite
songs though.
bands?
um, oh goodness, I like Black Veil Brides.
Okay.
Um, like All Time
Dude,
Low.
Knives and Pens. Let's go.
Have you heard the like re-release of that?
No. Should I?
They, it's not much different, but it's just like better quality because it's. I mean, they've grown so much as a band,
How's
but
it? That song, whew, that music video. I can play it back in my head right now.
yeah. I mean, they look so much different too now.
I do
Obviously, they're older, but
yeah. Um
just a lot of like rock and like the pop rock or punk rock type
yeah,
bands.
I do like All Time Low. I saw them not too long ago, like month or two ago.
I haven't gotten to see them. I did see Sum 41
Oh,
um, at like the last, not the very last Warped Tour, but the one before that. And then
yeah, they were at the last Warp Tour.
yeah, I
I was there.
that may have been the one I saw them at.
Yeah.
But I got to see them, and then I occasionally, I mean, obviously not recently, because again, concerts. Hopefully, they're getting back into the swing of concerts though. But there's a like music publication online that I was like working with. It's like unpaid. It's more of just like for experience. But I wrote a review of their latest album when it came out, and they liked it on Twitter.
Who? What band is this?
Sum 41.
Oh, Sum 41. Oh,
So the
their
owner of the
last album
publication,
is yeah, it's like it's interesting. It's
yeah,
heavy.
but the owner of the publication tweeted out the link to my article, and Sum 41 liked it. So that's where I peaked in life.
Yeah, I feel that. I used to be a journalist, and it was always cool when, um, yeah, like famous or like even like B list, C list people would like interact with like your articles or whatever. It's like, yo, I
Yeah.
wrote that.
Yeah,
Cool.
and then there's one girl on. She has a lot of like TikTok videos, but I wrote a review for her album, and like I'm constantly seeing her on TikTok, and I'm just like so tempted to comment, be like, "Hey, remember that one article? That was me."
Yeah. Nice. That's cool. Yeah, I remember I was a journalist for a bit, and I remember I left, and then right after I left, my editor got to not only go to a Taken Back Sunday concert, like VIP, but interview the band for
Oh,
the publication.
I would be
And
so upset.
I was so pissed. I was so fucking pissed. Cause I was like, what? If I like just stuck around like a bit longer, I would have got to and like meet Taken Back Sunday and like
Yeah.
interview them.
I know the publication I've been working with, they're like always posting like, "Hey, who wants to interview this band?" And I'm like always tempted to, but also like I'm so nervous to do that.
Do it. That sounds awesome.
And then I didn't get to like this wasn't a band that I interviewed or photographed or anything, but the singer from Secondhand Serenade, I did get to see him uh, about a year or two ago.
Okay. Secondhand
He actually
Serenade. What's that? I know like the one song.
Fall for You,
Yeah.
probably. Yeah. But it was like
How's
really
the?
random too. I didn't even know that he was going to be there. I went to go see Drake Bell and he just
Oh
happened to be
no,
opening.
cursed. That's cursed now.
It was for the nostalgia.
Yeah.
But I got a poster signed by Drake Bell that I think I've given to my sister at this point, and I got to meet him. And then all those allegations about him started coming out.
Was he cool?
Um, I mean, he seemed a little like high or tipsy maybe, but he
Okay.
seemed chill.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then him and I don't know if it's his wife, girlfriend, what she is, but they're like, yeah, we come through this area often, so if you ever want to photograph a show, just let us know.
Was she also underage?
No, she was she was an adult.
Well, that's good. That's good. Good to hear. Good to hear.
Like I'm tempted to hit them up on that offer, be like, hey, let me photograph a show, but also all the allegations. I don't want people to be like, why are you supporting him? I'm like, I just want pictures. I just want to be a photographer.
Yeah. What do you think? So if you got a opportunity to photograph or write about someone who is like a controversial figure, would you do it, or like is there like
I think it
is there
depends.
does context matter? Like is
Yeah, I
there
think the context. Like if I'm photographing for like their album cover or something and they're going to be making money off of my photograph and they're like really controversial, then I probably wouldn't want to do that. But if it's just photographs where like they're not receiving anything from it, then maybe. I know I photographed one band and then like the next month before like any of the pictures even got posted, there was all this controversy that came out about them. And so I was just sitting there like sitting on these photos. I'm like, do I post them? What do I do with them? I
yeah.
actually think I tweeted out one time, I'm like, so if in theory I made prints of these photos and sold them, would I get canceled for that? Because the money doesn't go to them. So if anything, I'm actually screwing them. I'm using their image to benefit me. But I ended up definitely just not
That's a
selling
good point.
the
I
prints.
feel like if you were covering a story that involved them or someone, and it was you still had editorial control, like you could essentially maybe even ask them questions about it, about
Yeah.
like the controversy and things like that, and it would still be like you would still be in control of the narrative. Then for me, I would be like, fuck yeah, I would do that. That what an opportunity to like get to view someone who's like in the public, like who like is in the public eye right now and people are watching, and to get that opportunity to for me that would be awesome. Like if it was like oh, like I guess like as a musician, like, if I was like to work with someone who was controversial, then that would probably be not okay, because then it's just like I'm not really I'm not I'm essentially that's like indirect support in a way, because like you're not really you know what they're going, like you know the controversy, and you're not offering anything meaningful to it. You're kind of just like exploiting because they're famous, even though they're like did this bad thing maybe.
Yeah.
So I guess
But
if as long as it's in like a uh, constructive way, then I think it would be like okay and actually like good.
I know, unfortunately, though, a lot of like when you interview bands, a lot of times you have to send a list of questions to get approved. So I doubt any of them would be like, oh yeah, you can ask us about these allegations.
Sure, they wouldn't do it. Yeah, you're totally right. That's a good point. It's a good point. It's a good point. Um, so Nikki, if you could have a billboard that goes up and anything could be on it, what would you put on it?
Um, I don't even know. Where is this billboard at? Is it like
This
somewhere?
billboard can go wherever you want. It can go wherever you want, and it could say whatever you want.
I think I'm gonna have one just like in the middle of Times Square,
I knew you were
just
gonna say this.
with all of my like
I knew
social
you were gonna
media.
say that.
Just like my Twitch banner that has the like the little alien hello and all my social medias on it. Just put that right up on the billboard.
Mm. I feel like that's like the no brainer. Unless like you don't want attention on the internet. I feel like if you are like have any kind of like social media presence, you're just like just throw my social media handles up there. Let
Yeah.
people find me. I wonder if that
Or
would
like
work.
maybe one of those animated ones that they do in Times Square. You could just put up some clips from stream, some TikToks, maybe just get people, give them a reason to want to type in those social media handles.
Yeah.
Although I do feel like a lot of people would just do it out of curiosity. Like you could throw up a billboard with probably just a blank screen except for your social media handle, and people will be like, "What is this?" So they'll go look it up.
That's what I would do, I think. Like if I was gonna go, if I was in your mindset to do the Times Square like social media things, I think I would just do like just put dino fries.
Oh, 7 dash a QR code? That's smart.
A QR code? What? But it's in Times Square. You can't really scan. You can't just like. I mean, can you?
I think you can. I've scanned some QR codes off my TV from
If
like,
if you can, I agree with Seven Dash. Just a big QR code in
yeah,
the middle of Times Square. People are gonna want to scan that shit.
as long as it's big enough.
That'd be cool.
I know when I was doing the photography, like frequently, I had business cards that were just a QR code and like my name, and it just seemed so much like simpler than, hey, these are all my links. This is my name on this website, and here it is this website.
Yeah.
Because it just the QR code just took them directly to my portfolio.
Right. Right. That's cool. Do you think like do you think if you had your do you think if people knew do you think if everyone or like a large selection of people without even knowing who you are clicked on your profile, like your social media profile, do you think they would follow?
Um, if they just clicked like onto my Twitch while I was offline, probably not, because I still need to make a channel trailer. So right now there's really no reason for them to follow. They're just like, okay, what's what's this? It's a channel.
Mm-hmm.
I have had people follow from TikTok while I was offline on Twitch though, but that's usually once like if a TikTok starts to gain some traction, then they'll go to my Twitch. So I don't know.
It's a hard question.
Maybe if it was like on a billboard in Times Square, because they would be like, oh, this must be important for it to be in Times Square.
Okay, so your Twitch, you would say no. Your TikTok, you would say maybe.
Maybe because there's things that they can watch. Whereas like all the clips on Twitch, you have to scroll down to even find them because the way Twitch is set up right now, all your clips just effectively go to a graveyard.
True. Twitter, would they follow you on Twitter?
Oh, maybe. It's a
Maybe.
possibility.
Instagram.
Um, it depends.
It depends.
It
On?
depends on their sexuality, probably.
Okay.
Because if they're, I'm like honestly, if they're into girls, then they just might see it and be like, oh, girl, follow. But if it's like a straight cis female, then she'll probably just be like, okay, I can do the same thing. I can post selfies too. No one
Okay.
does that.
Okay.
I've
That
definitely had people like just random people follow my Instagram because I'll sometimes post like the location at the top. And so people through that geotag will find my picture, follow me, and like DM me. And I'm just like, don't.
like if they're
This
from
is
your
weird.
area or like from like close by.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Apparently that's a thing that people sometimes do.
Can't they just go on like dating apps? Wouldn't have a
they
better chance?
they probably would. But
Okay. You heard it here first, folks.
maybe Instagram geotags is secretly a dating app that I don't know about. And so I'm just over there posting on it like stupidly.
I don't doubt it. That makes perfect sense to me. I feel like we talked about this before, but like besides girl gaming, do you get a lot of unwanted attention on um like Twitch and TikTok? Like where you're
Um,
content creating?
so I kind of have noticed that when I use the she, her, and woman tags on Twitch, I tend to get more trolls than when I don't.
Oh.
But on the other hand, I also do get more like smaller female creators like me that will come in because they're also using those tags and they're just looking for similar content creators to themselves. So it's like a double-edged. That's not. I don't know. Not a
Yeah,
double-edged sword because
yeah.
it's on one hand good, but then on the other hand, like you get more trolls.
Oh yeah, what would a double-edged sword be?
That would just be
If
like
like
if
both would
it's
be bad?
yeah,
No, that's not what a
wouldn't it?
double-edged sword means.
I have no idea.
What if it's a double-edged sword? That means both ends would cut you.
Yeah, so they'd both
So
be
they're
bad.
both bad?
So I don't know what the
What's
analogy was that
a
I was trying to
double?
use.
Seven Dash is saying a double-edged sword is right.
Okay.
Why? Because, like, it helps, but it hurts. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Because you
so
can,
like
cut someone with it, but the other side cuts you as well.
yeah, so I was thinking like Star Wars style, like hilt in the middle, then blades, but I guess it could be like the hilt is a blade, so it's hurting your hands, but also
No, the
cutting.
hilt is not the blade. What? No. I don't think it's that.
No.
No. It's ready you hold a sword and like the blade is sharp on the left side, but also the right side. So you're using it on something and like it works, but at the same time the other side could cut you.
I don't know. I agree with Seven Dash though. I do need a Darth Maul saber.
Darth Maul saber. A lightsaber is essentially a double-edged sword. I don't know. It's a case of it. Okay, crazy is saying damned if you do, damned if you don't. But what's the double-edged sword have to do with it? It's definitely no. The hilt you hold the sword. You don't think the metaphor was meant to be thought of this deeply? Okay.
But if we
Well,
are thinking this deeply, I think the hilt is also a blade because then it's cutting you, but
so
the
you think
sword
you're
part.
holding the sword by the blade?
Yeah, it's got blade. The whole thing is
The
just a
whole thing
blade.
is
No,
blade.
no hilt.
So you got hurt doing what you did,
Yeah,
but it also helped you.
yeah.
Okay. That okay. We'll go with that. We'll go with that.
Oh, I've also had people on TikTok comment on my Twitch, or no, yeah, comment on like my Twitch related things, and it'll just be like random like old men. They'll be like, "To get a real job." I have one, but thank you for your opinion.
Wait, seriously? But yours is just small.
Yeah,
You're a small creator. Like, what would they even
yeah.
try to gain by that?
I think there was one where I was talking about like wanting to hopefully like just stream full time, and they're like, "Just get a real job."
Wait. Double back. Someone another streamer said that?
No, just some random old man. Sometimes my TikToks just go to like the wrong side of TikTok, and it'll just be like the like sexist men side of TikTok
Aha.
or like the misogyny side of TikTok.
Old people are on TikTok?
Yeah,
How do they find it?
I have no idea. I've seen a lot of
Old
like
people
boomers.
should be on Facebook and Parlor.
I've seen a decent amount of like boomers on TikTok, and they always have the weirdest bios. They'll be like conservative, pro life, their age. I'm like, okay.
Except that one guy on TikTok I've seen where he posted that TikTok where he's like, "Good morning, my TikTok queens above the age of 18." You ever seen that one?
I have not.
I like that one. Chat, let me know if you've seen that one. That's like I don't know many TikToks. I've only seen ones that I've like seen referenced on podcasts or things like that. That like on YouTube or Twitch or things like that.
I know my TikTok for you page is just crazy.
Yeah.
I've got the little lad, the berries and cream guy. I've got good soup.
What's that? Good
Um,
soup. I like that.
that's literally just the video. It's Adam Driver eating a bowl of soup, and he puts the spoon down and just good soup. And people have made it
Good
into a
soup.
meme.
Good soup. Am I doing it right?
Yes.
Good soup.
Yeah, but people have made it into a meme. So there's been some like really weird ones, some like weirdly sexual ones, some innocent ones. Um, I think I saw one. It was like when you finally remember to take your antidepressants, good soup.
Good soup. Like soup?
Yeah,
Okay.
bathwater equals good soup. I don't think so. Respects.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, also the pacer test that has been on
Wait,
my
the
for you
pacer
page.
test?
Yeah, that's a TikTok thing now.
I did that in high school.
I don't know if I've ever done it, but it's
How
a
did you
TikTok
not
thing
do
now.
it? Did you not you are American, no?
I am, but I don't think we ever did.
Is that like a regional thing?
I don't know.
You
We
had
did
to
the
pass the
shuttle
pacer,
run.
or like you couldn't pass gym.
Oh no, we just had to pass the like presidential fitness test.
Which the pacer is included in.
Is it? I
Yeah.
don't remember doing. I remember
The
doing the
pacer
shuttle
is
run.
evil. You have to run from one side of the gym to the other, and there's a guy talking out of the radio. It's just recorded. It's like the same thing that's played for every gym class. And it's the same guy, and he's like, I forgot what he said exactly, but it's like a very
The
monotone
fitness
voice.
gram pacer test.
Yeah, he's like, okay, go. And it's like, boop, boop, boop. Then you run to the side. Then he's like, okay, go. And it gets faster and faster.
I don't know. I feel like I
It was
definitely never did that
awful.
though. But also my gym coach didn't care about anything. Um, there were like in middle school there were three different coaches and I had the really chill one, and then in high school there were three different coaches and I had the really chill one. So I just always got lucky. But there were times in high school where I wouldn't change into my gym clothes and then I would just sit on the bleachers and he would give me full credit.
I think you used your girl pass there, because I think if a dude tried that, he would have been like, get the fuck off the bench and go play
And then
basketball.
there was one time in middle school, I was so conveniently sick the day of the mile. So when I came back, he just had me run half a mile and then he doubled that time for my mile score.
Yeah, people in chat aren't realizing that the pacer was a thing. I guess it was a regional thing.
We had to do the shuttle run
I didn't do that.
so that we had like little blocks or a dry erase board like eraser, and we would have to run down to the end of the line, pick up the block, run back, put it down, run down, go get the other block, and then come back and put it down,
That
and
sounds
then
fun.
go put them back again. And so we always went two at a time, so it was always like a race, so everyone got competitive with it.
Yeah. I mean, we did like the pacer, but also like we did push-up competition, sit-up competition, and we did like the rope.
Oh, we never did a rope.
Really?
No, we did the shuttle run, the like sit and reach where you have to just stretch and see how far you can reach with your legs outstretched. Um, for guys, they did pull-ups. Girls did the flex arm hang, and I got competitive with that for no reason. Like there was one year where he literally had to tell me to get down. He's like, "You've been up long enough," but I was just trying to set like a school record. He's like, "We don't have time for this. We need everybody in class to go."
Okay, so we're gonna wind down the podcast now. We have a couple more questions left. I am gonna ask you, what's something that people misunderstand about you?
Um, I don't even know. I cannot think of anything.
No?
No.
Okay. Okay. Well then, what about something that you would tell your teenage self?
Um,
If you had like a quick moment with them, you'd be like, young Nikki, blah blah blah.
Probably just relating to past relationships. Just like, hey, avoid this person, and just things like that.
Okay.
The fan effect. Yes.
That is pretty cool fan effect.
It's like, it's hypnotizing.
Someone has an answer in chat for you, and it's that you're not a good gamer.
But that's not something that people misunderstand. Everyone's fully aware that I'm not good at games.
So would you say you do believe then you're not a good gamer?
Oh, totally. Sometimes
You're not bad.
I have my moments sometimes. Like I was playing Valorant earlier today and I got match MVP, but we did lose because two of my teammates disconnected, so then we forfeited.
Okay. Cool. Well, I forgot to ask this in the beginning of the podcast, but chat was good with it anyway. Does anybody have any more questions for Nikki while we still have her here? We're seeing, yeah. So, Seven Dash, who has been on the podcast before, his tip was buy Bitcoin, and that would be mine as well.
I'd like to change my answer to that. That's a good one.
Buy Bitcoin?
Yeah.
That's your answer?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So if anyone has, ask her why she hasn't played Minecraft properly yet.
I don't like it.
I don't like Minecraft that much either. I've tried
I've
it.
played it at work with kids, but I've never actually played it. And then even when I play it at work with kids, it's usually them asking like, "Hey, play Minecraft with me," and then me sitting there for like 2 minutes and being like, "Okay, I don't know how to play. Here, you show me. You try. You play. I'll
Yeah,
watch."
when I used to work with kids, and that was like a huge thing for them, and like I get why kids like it, but and like I get why adults like it, but I never got into it. I tried alone. I tried with friends. It didn't stick with me. I got bored.
Yeah. I'm just not a huge fan of those types of games. Like I don't really like The Sims either. Like those
I don't
ones
like
where
The
you just
Sims that much
kind of
either.
make your own world. Not a fan.
How many people try to hit you up on your streams? Do
Um,
you mean like flirting?
yeah, is
Is
that
that
the
what that
context?
means?
As far as I know, nobody has. I do sometimes just get some people that give weird vibes though, and like I can't quite figure out what their intentions are. Um, and then I've had not flirting, but on TikTok, people will ask me to like collab with them, and it'll be someone that's like not even following me, never watched my streams, and I'm like, where does this benefit me?
Yeah.
And what if like, for all I know, they could be like a Minecraft streamer and like it would benefit neither of us because I don't stream Minecraft and like my community wouldn't vibe with their community probably.
I do feel like if you're gonna collaborate with someone, you guys need to be friends, or
Yeah.
there needs to be like a mutual benefit for both parties,
Yeah.
or else like, why would I do this?
I know. I think the like people just see the few TikToks I've had that have like gotten kind of popular and they just assume like, oh, she must have a following
Yeah.
because it's like always those bigger TikToks where people will just comment their Twitch link or just ask for collaborations or they'll like DM me and be like, "Hey, let's stream together." I'm like, "I don't know you."
Yeah. Exactly. Cool. Yeah. All right. So I'm seeing no more questions in chat. Um. Okay. That's
All
it
right.
for this third episode of a podcast. This has been Nikkicron,
Yes.
and you can find her on Twitch,
All
Twitter,
these places down
Instagram,
here.
TikTok. They're all down here. Again, this has been a third episode of a podcast, and thank you so much for Nikki for joining us. Round of applause.
You do a round. It's a round.
Thank you so much, Nikki, and thank you,
You're
chat,
welcome.
for hanging out with us. And that's it.
Thank you for having me.
Bye, everyone. Say goodbye, Nikki. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye, guys. Thank you.